It's Coach Z, head coach here at 24/7 Hockey. In this video, I'm going to give you a tip for improving your hockey speed. So this is something that I think a lot of players aren't implementing the right way. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to cover some off-ice training drills that you can start implementing immediately to improve your speed on the ice. Hey, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you get notified when we release new videos. Okay, so hit that subscribe button right now. And in the comments below, I want to know, what mistakes do you think players make? What do you think a big mistake is? Do you think players make when they're training their speed? Okay, so before you watch this video, leave a comment below. What mistake do you think players make when they train their speed? Something that I see a lot of players doing, they're gonna work on their quickness, so they're gonna work on some jumping for their quickness. They may work on some lateral movement around some cones, but speed is also about power and explosiveness. So if you wanna get that power and explosiveness, we need to do explosive movements. So for example, instead of just doing a normal sprint, what we can do is we can add some explosive movements before we do that sprint. What you can do, one of the things that you can do is you can do double leg bounds into a sprint. You can explode out as far as you can one, explode out as far as you can two, and when you land on that second one, you can immediately jump into a sprint. So now we're combining power and speed for that. Explosive speed. So when you land on that second one, you can land on one leg, boom, right into a sprint and then take off. So a double leg bound into a sprint. You can also do a lateral bound into a sprint. So here, all right, exploding as far as you can to one side, as far as you can, 2, 3. On the third one, you land on one leg and then take off. So what are we doing? We're working on that explosive movement. We're working on an explosive push this way, landing, and a forward push that way, which is very common in a hockey situation. A lot of times in hockey, you got to step here and then you got to come forward. So we're working on that explosive movement. These are also common movement patterns that we're going to find on the ice. Another thing that you can do, you can come down on a knee right here. You can pop up that leg, jump over, and then take off running. You can do that on both sides as well. You can go down on both knees. Here, pop up to your feet, and then boom, take off running. So now we're combining that explosive movement with speed, with lateral movement, changing directions, having to plant on one leg and explode off of one leg. These are different variations. So instead of just doing your standard sprints over and over again, work on implementing some of these drills before you actually get into the sprint to build that power and build that explosiveness along with your speed drills. This is a great way to improve your speed on the ice, is by working on this stuff off the ice, working on it at home, working on it in your backyard, working on it at the rink if you have room. Show up 10 or 15 minutes before practice. Stay late 15 or 20 minutes after practice. Find the time to work on these things so that you can actually improve these skills. Do you know what your hockey killer is? The one thing that's holding you back from taking your game to the next level? Every player's got one. Every player has something that they need to improve more than anything else. The one thing that's holding them back. And a lot of time, it's really hard to identify as a player. We're so close to that situation. There's so many things we want to work on, where sometimes we're missing that big picture of the one thing we can improve that's going to have the biggest results. So what I did is I put together a hockey killer quiz. You can figure out what your #1 hockey killer is, what the one thing that's holding you back, and exactly what you need to do to improve it. So you can go to 247hockey.com/quiz. There'll be a link on this video. There'll be a link in the description. It's 247hockey.com/quiz. It just takes a couple minutes to fill out. You're going to figure out what your #1 hockey killer is and exactly what you can do to start improving it immediately. We're going to give you drills, tips, and tactics so you can take that hockey killer and you can flip it around and turn it into one of your biggest strengths. Instead of being the thing that holds you back, it's going to be the thing that pushes you forward. So go to 247hockey.com/quiz and take that hockey killer quiz.